Hey, how are you, Josh?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Can you see me all okay? Everything's good?
Yep,
Perfect.
everything's good. Mhm.
Nice one.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to do this interview.
Thank you for doing it, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's awesome. Well, it's great to be able to talk to you and be able to talk about some brand new music that's coming out in just a couple months now with Leo Rising. I've gotten the chance to be able to check out the album a few times now, being able to listen to it through and dissecting it. And I really appreciate what you guys are doing on this album. I really love the diversity that's going on here. It really just feels very hard hitting. It feels like there's a lot of great emotion that's going through it, whether it's something that's more fun, whether it's something a little more serious in tone, everything that's going on there. It's just a very well-rounded record, and it's so great to see that come in the light of day.
Nice. Well, I appreciate your appreciation, my man.
Oh,
It's a hard
absolutely.
hitting rock album, another hard rock album from Danko Jones. So I'm glad you're digging it, and glad you got a chance to check it out.
Oh, absolutely. So, with that in mind, I mean, how does it feel to have this album coming out in November?
Um, well, it's great. I mean, it's pretty much like clockwork for us. We've been putting out a record every 2 years for the last little while up until we're at our 12th studio album now. So it's we're always looking. There's always some anticipation and just hoping that everybody will dig it. And so far, from the people who have listened to it, and the feedback's been positive. So I'm hopeful that the general public will be digging it as well.
Yeah, I hope so as well. I think once people like from the very beginning of the album all the way through the end, it's just I appreciate so much about how the album just flows together so very well. It doesn't feel like you just like front loaded the album or put everything good on the end of the album. It feels like everything just flows together naturally on this album, and it makes you want to listen to it from start to finish.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Josh. Yeah. Yeah, I usually sequence the albums and I usually sequence the albums thinking of it as side A and side B because that's how I grew up listening to music. So yeah, there's a pretty good flow, there's a pretty good dynamic and diversity within the song, the pieces on the album. So I think it does. I hope it does well for us.
Oh, definitely. So, with that in mind, what was it like to start writing for this album?
Um, we pretty much always keep working at the craft, so to say. And I mean, when it comes down to at the end of one touring cycle, we just start with ideas, and usually Danko sends me over an idea. I kind of do an arrangement, and then Rich lays the drums, and then that's kind of the structure how things work. And nowadays, with us each, all three of us being able to kind of do more stuff within at our respective places, we're kind of able to work that way. And then also there have been a couple of times where we were all together and we jammed out stuff. So it's that's pretty much the process.
So thinking about that, so where you are able to do both approaches, both being able to work from home and being able to work together. I mean, how is it being able to balance both of those?
Professional, man. Been doing it for many years. It's a lot of experience. So that's pretty much what it is. It's a lot of experience, and a lot of the time is not to second guess what you're doing. And most of the times I approach stuff with on my end, I always think if you you know right away if something's going to work or not. And that's usually the case. So usually the times when you keep trying an idea over and over again, there is something missing there, and so you just have to move on. But yeah, again, I think it's just many years of experience and many years of fine tuning the writing process, and also in the past having worked with a lot of people in the studio that have helped us get to that explore different avenues in that process. So we've been very lucky in that respect.
Yeah, that's just so important. I mean, especially with the relationship that you have with the other guys in the band. I mean, you're able to know what works and what doesn't just from that mindset of all of you working together. So when you do have the opportunities to be able to workshop together, when you are able to jam these songs together, I imagine that being able to work through the songs that way is much easier once you have an idea of how it flows together with everyone working together.
Um, yeah, I mean, most of the times when we're the three of us together, we just don't think about anything. We just record everything that comes out. And then when you're able to like listen to it after, you can dissect some of the stuff. But we've been working the three of us together for a long time, so we kind of the little nuances that present themselves within the writing process are very, very minimal, so to say. Like we really know what we kind of want to go for and work towards that.
Yeah, and so with that again, with the album, just like knowing what direction and everything was going on, like was the inspiration right there ahead of time? Did it take a little while for things to start rolling? Like, how did that come to be?
No, you just get to work and you just do what you do, which is rewrite songs and record and tour. We've been touring for many, many years now. We've been in a band for almost 30 years. So this is pretty much what we do. We, put out an album and tour and put out an album and tour. So we kind of, that's the process. I don't think we have to wait for any divine inspiration and we know what we do. We're a rock band and we're not going to take our fans through some sort of experimental phase where I bring in an accordion and just decide to play it on the tracks. It would humor the guys, but it wouldn't humor people that know what the band's about. And most of it, it's we just working really hard and touring. I think touring is a big anchor to the band, and having and seeing how the crowd reacts to the songs live is really a definite. It sets a precedent to also the recording process and writing the songs. It goes hand in hand.
Yeah, that's what I appreciate so much about the past catalog and this album as well, is it feels like every single song could be played in that live setting, and it feels like that it would work great. And I imagine that does happen with being able to work together for so long, knowing what works and what doesn't, what would work in the live setting, what works in the studio, whatever. But all of these songs, especially on Leo Rising, does feel like you could play the whole album and it feels like it would work great live.
Oh, great. Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's something we keep in mind. If it's usually what we less stuff played on the album is always good, so we know that it can be pulled off in a live setting, so we're not putting ourselves in a situation where we make a song and we're like, oh, we can't do that. So
Oh,
the
totally.
audience experience is kept at the forefront.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense, especially after all this time and people knowing uh, what to expect from the sound and everything. You want to be able to make sure that you're paying tribute to the fans that have stuck around for so long, people that are just discovering the band for the first time with this album, and everyone in between.
Yeah,
So yeah, so with the inspiration coming along with this album, like how and of course just looking at the album cover, Ken, with the background, like how did Leo Rising come to be the album title? How did
I'm
the
plugging the
artwork come
album, by
together?
the way.
Yeah.
It's I have no shame. I'm plugging the album, man. Can you see? Absolutely no shame. Well, our early record was called Born a Lion. So in a way, it's kind of like a bookend to our earlier record. And throughout our albums, we've kind of had some Leo references, and this title just came about, sounded cool, and we went with the feline theme. We've continued. So there's really not much thought other than it sounded like cool, and we got a cool looking album cover.
And I think it's a good. I'm so glad to see that it does like pay tribute in a way to previous albums, but I think it does really work for the album as well too, because it feels like there's a lot of fire that's going on throughout the entire album. I mean, there's many songs that just have that really good hard rock sound behind it, and having something like Leo Rising on there just feels very appropriate.
Okay. You're saying the title matches the tunes.
Yes.
We hit the nail on the head, not only with the tunes, with the title. Now what's left is the delivery. We got to come and play everywhere. And people got to buy the album for that to happen.
Oh, absolutely. So, also thinking about that as well too, it's obviously it's one thing to be for someone like myself to be able to hear the album ahead of time, but for most people, they get singles trickled out over time until the album comes out. Like, how
Mhm.
hard was it to decide what singles were going to be released off this album this time?
Um, I really just we just make the records and we leave that to the labels and the people involved who uh who have the pick at it. So,
Oh, it totally makes sense.
but there's
And
so many gems, man, so it's really difficult. I wouldn't want to be in their position, you know. It's a
yeah, I
hard
was gonna
job for them to have.
Yeah, I was gonna say it does feel like you could pick any two or three songs off of this album, and I think it'd be a good representation of the album
Sorry,
without
two
giving
or
all.
three? I was
Or,
going more five or six, man.
well, I just meant so far, but yeah, just like picking any songs off of here is a good
There you
representation of the
go,
album
there you go. Yeah,
without giving everything away.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, but it's always it's I guess with the nature of how releases work nowadays, just so much competitiveness out there, and people's attention spans are really down to 14 seconds now. So yeah, it's the nature of the biz.
That's also why I've avoided TikTok for as long as I have. I love being
Mhm.
able to listen to the full songs, listen to the full albums, and just
Yeah.
being able to do something like this. I still have that mentality. And, doing interviews like this is exactly why I do that as well, too, because I want to be able to promote the whole album. I want to be able to promote the band, not just 14 seconds.
Mhm. Nice one.
Oh, totally. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, again, with the album coming out at the end of November, and there's going to be, I'm sure there's already talks about everything that's going on through the rest of the year and 2026. Like, is anything been announced so far outside
Yeah,
of the album
we're
release?
doing a tour in the next week. We're in Canada, just in Ontario for a couple of dates, and then starting November around the release of the album. So November 19th, we're actually in Helsinki, and then November 21st, when the album's released, we'll be playing in Stockholm. So we have a European tour that anchors the release of Leo Rising, and more touring will continue in the fall, I believe, with some spring touring, summer festivals, and another fall round of touring within Europe. And hopefully, we'll make it back to South America again and hit some other markets. So it's just going to be album out and touring, 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 and writing, 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 and that's what we do.
Oh, totally. And with this current album cycle, like, how hard is it to decide what songs off of the album that you're going to be putting in with previous songs for the set list?
Yeah, I mean, now we have I think it's quite extensive choice of songs to go. So it's really you kind of narrow it down to like it's probably going to be at least four new songs off the album, maybe five, but we don't play them every day, and then we'll just kind of vary it within the set list.
Yeah, and that makes so much sense too. I mean, especially when you have so much material to be able to choose from, that is a good litmus test to be able to see what songs work live, what locations seems like the songs work live, all of that stuff. So when you have all of that material to be able to work from, I imagine that the inspiration's still got to hit pretty hard too when you're able to have such a vast catalog to choose from.
Mhm. Yeah, it's kind of great way to we can fine tune the set and it's just makes it difficult to pick the songs. That's the only thing, but it's a good problem to have.
Ah, totally. So, getting back into the album, another thing that I really do appreciate so much about the album is the actual sound of the album. I really love the production on this one. Everything just sounds so clear, whether I'm listening for the bass or the drums or guitar or vocals, whatever. Just like everything just sounds so definitive and it sounds so clear. Like, was there any problems with the production, mixing, mastering this time around? Did it just flow through naturally? How did that come to be?
Magic just happened, my man. Magic happened. It was music to your ears, Josh. That's what happened. We delivered. But no, it was pretty seamless recording process, so to say. So yeah, the drums got recorded in Toronto. I recorded my bass here in my little studio, and Danko recorded guitar and vocals in Toronto as well. So it all came together. We've been working with Eric, who produced the album for many years now, and he knows the band, is familiar with the band, and yeah, just another hard hitting rock album from Danko.
Oh, absolutely. And I love to see that too. I mean, just with the consistency that you guys have had with the, the touring recording, it just like showing that consistency, still putting out some of the best material that you guys have done with every subsequent album. There's always new material that just seems to outdo the last album. It's just so incredible to see that, and just being able to still have that inspiration after all that time. It's very welcome thing to see.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. I
Oh,
think
of
we're just
course.
music fans at the core, so that's the one thing. I think when you stop being a fan and stop caring, then you just shouldn't be doing this. We're definitely not doing it for the money, Josh.
Sadly, that is the case. The same thing here with the, on the interview
Here
promo
we
side
are,
of things
eh?
as well
Me and you,
too.
Josh, just at the bottom of it, just waiting for the for it to come. But it's for the love of music, man. For the love of music.
Oh, absolutely. That's the whole
That's what it
reason
is.
why I do interviews in the first place, is just to be able to show off the music that I care about and want to try to give as much exposure as I possibly can, just trying to reach more of an audience as well. And, just obviously on your end, being able to play the music, write music, play it live, being able to show that appreciation in the live setting and the recording session and everything that's going on. Yeah, I mean, financially, it's very rough times, but when you do see that appreciation from other people, when you see that satisfaction, when you're able to listen to the album and be proud of what you made, that's such a great feeling.
No, definitely, definitely it is.
Oh, awesome. Well, I think we really did cover a lot of ground here when it comes to the new Danko Jones. And of course, again, Leo Rising coming out at the end of November, a really a great time of year as well, too. I mean, just like with the holiday season coming in and everything, and being able to have this to be able to celebrate the end of the year into the new year, and so much to look forward to when it comes to all the touring that's going to be coming up through Canada, through Europe, and all the other plans that's coming out through next year, and I imagine the next as well too. Just so many cool things that are going on right now. Um, before we wrap things up here, is there anything else you'd like to mention that we hadn't brought up yet?
I just want to give a shout out to Marty Friedman, who's actually guesting on the album. He's a really incredible guitarist, and he's on one of the tracks that people will hear. And that's it. Just check out our website, dankojones.com, for all info, and that's it. And I wish you the best, continued best, most success with your podcast and interview sessions. And thanks for taking the time for doing this.
Oh, absolutely, and I thank you very much as
Where are
well. I
you
know
at? Where are you based?
I am in Minnesota.
Oh, you're in Minnesota. Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay. Because you have a Swedish last name, so there's lots of people from northern parts of Europe in Minnesota.
Oh yeah, definitely in the Midwest section. There's
Yeah.
a lot of Norwegian and Swedish last names around
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, because you have a Swedish last. Well, I guess it's Swedish Norwegian last name. So
Yeah.
nice one.
Oh,
Well,
awesome.
great.
Well,
Love Minnesota.
oh,
Okay, my
definitely.
man. Well, listen, all the best. Thanks so much, and thanks for doing this.
Yeah, I'm glad to do it. And I thank you again for taking time to do this. I know it's a busy time with everything that's going on with promotion and getting ready for tour and everything. So it means a lot that you took the time to do this. This is an interview I've wanted to do for a long time, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity to do it and be able to spread the word of Danko Jones.
Nice one, Josh.
Oh, awesome. One last time, thank you very much for taking the time to do this, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.
Okay, cheers, man.